Hey everyone, Tom the Dilettante here. I just finished a live stream this Sunday morning with Mike K9KMV on ham radios for beginners. And before I start tearing down this setup and cleaning up my shop again, I thought I'd take a moment and walk you through how I do my live streams and the gear I use, at least as of now. So this is the setup I've used today, and as you can probably surmise, I have a bit of an unhealthy relationship with money and gizmos. Because there were two of us and we were doing a kind of vlog style, I have three cameras set up. One wide angle shot in front of us to catch both of us, and then two flanking us on each side. One that was a little bit more focused on myself, and one that was more focused on my guest, in this case Mike. My main camera is a Sony a7 IV with a 16-35 lens, and even at this distance I've got it set up to 35mm, which gave us what we needed as far as being able to fill out the frame and still look pretty good. The camera focusing in on me was my previous main camera, the Sony a6600, and on this one I just have the kit lens that came with it, a 18-135, and I'm zoomed in at about 24mm, which fills the frame for myself. Mike's camera on the side was my Sony ZV-1. I like this one. It's a nice, easy run-and-gun style video, and I have this one zoomed in. Not sure of the focal length, but it really gave us what we needed to switch to for him. My shop's lighting is shop lighting. It's a bunch of overhead daylight color LEDs, and as such, just sitting down where we were for this stream, it's a lot of top-down light. And so I've got this AMRAM 100D and a Neewer softbox to help kind of fill in some of that light with some nice soft light and illuminate us a little bit better. As I get more into some video production stuff, I really am enjoying kind of shaping and playing with light. The problem is getting that many damn lights can be pretty expensive. For audio, I've got a pair of Sennheiser MKE 600s on some stands, sending audio through a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. What I use for video is probably the coolest thing, at least to me, as far as doing live streams, and sometimes just regular video productions anyway. I'm using the Blackmagic Design ATEM Mini, and what this is an HDMI mixer, and so this one you can use up to 4 HDMIs and mix them per channel. Have an HDMI output, and you can use two audio inputs independently. This entire device basically acts as a webcam, so when you plug it in via USB to your computer, it's recognized as a webcam, and you're doing all of your video mixing through it. Let me show you what I mean. So when I'm sitting here facilitating the live stream, I've got this thing at my right hand, and I've got cameras 1 through 4. So 1 is the main screen, which you'll see here. And then as we're going through our conversation, I can shift to 2, which will bring it onto myself as a little bit more of a focus. 3, which will bring it onto my guest. And then 4 is going to bring up, I've got the iPad here plugged in as the 4th HDMI in case we want to bring up a website or anything else that we want to display. You can do a variety of transitions. You can do a straight cut, or what I do is I set it to auto with a half a second mix effect. And so this way you get that nice fading effect as you transition from camera to camera. This little doodad has a lot of other cool features to offer, but that's essentially what I use it for, is really just a video mixer. And in addition to adding a little bit of flair and some production value to live streams, I often use this even when I'm filming regular content if I have multiple cameras. So if I have an overhead shot and maybe an over the shoulder and a main one, I don't need to do multiple takes. I'll just record it all at once and flip between the videos as I go. So far, live streaming has been pretty fun. I haven't done a ton of them because, quite frankly, it puts me considerably outside of my normal comfort zone. I actually prefer presenting in live situations as opposed to virtually for some reason. But I want to get better at it, so this is how I'm practicing. And being a gizmo dork that apparently hates money, this is what I've got, and I would be remiss not to continue practicing it and put it to good use. Now, you totally don't need to have expensive cameras to do this, and quite frankly, this ATEM device isn't that expensive. I'll let me splash up the Amazon link and price. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. Anyway, you don't need to have a lot of expensive gear. You can connect this thing to any camera that has an HDMI output. Heck, an iPhone or a Samsung, I believe you can get Lightning or USB-C adapters that can go into a USB output and use it. GoPros I've used occasionally as well. You can go directly from GoPro to that thing and mix it. So it actually does afford you quite a few flexible options, which is why I think it's so cool. And if you are into this kind of thing, I would highly recommend it. Now, the Blackmagic device, these ATEMs, there's multiple variants of them. This is the entry-level one, like pretty much the cheapest one. If I had known then what I know now, I probably would have gone for the next version up. It has a couple other features. I think one of them is internal recording. I think you might have slightly better resolution. There were some additional features that I desired. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But if you're going to buy one, check out the different variants of it and then get one that's going to meet your needs. Lastly, to help prevent any interruptions to the production, I've got my lights, my camera, everything I've got here in my little makeshift shop studio plugged into a Jackery 500 or an EB55 Bluetti. It's basically a portable power station, and the power station is plugged into the wall so it's continuously charging. This way, in case I lose power, I'm not going to lose all my cameras, lights, and so forth. Similarly, in the house, the modem and router is plugged into an uninterruptible power supply, and so it's a battery backup, lead acid ones, and so that way if power does go out, then at least the modem, Wi-Fi, router, all that crap stays live. So I should, in theory, be able to continue streaming. Fortunately, I haven't put that to a practical test, but those are the precautionary steps that I've been taking to date. For those of you that joined the live stream, thank you so much. For those of you just watching this video, thank you also for that. And so if anyone's curious to learn more about anything that I've showed you, just drop them in the comments, and it just gives me ideas for future videos. So thanks again. Till the next time, this is Tom the Dilettante saying, have a good one, keep on learning, keep on tinkering, and take care. Bye.